Agbemi. Tonight, power changes hands in Edo State as Godwin Obaseki is sworn in as governor in Benin City, the state capital. Yobe State Governor Ibrahim Gaidam challenges religious leaders and scholars to wage war against teachings that promote extremism. The federal government plans to unveil a new national health policy as it begins implementation of a strategy to address the surgical needs of indigent Nigerians. And 4 Americans are killed by a suicide bomber inside Bagram Air Base in Afghanistan. On business news tonight, ahead of October inflation data release next week, analysts at financial derivatives company project a 0.3% rise in rates.
On sports news tonight, the Super Eagles of Nigeria beat Algeria 3-1 to go 4 points clear in Group B of the 2018 FIFA World Cup qualifier.
We begin tonight in the Edo State capital, Benin City, where there's been a change of baton in the state government, as Mr. Godwin Obaseki was today sworn in as governor. The Chief Judge of Edo State, Justice Kronwo Idahosa, had earlier in the day sworn in Mr. Philip Shaibu as the Deputy Governor. In his speech, Governor Obaseki restated his campaign promise to pursue grassroots development focused on job creation.
Thousands of people converged on the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium in Benin City, the Edo State capital, to witness the transition from an outgoing to a newly elected governor. Several dignitaries, including former head of state General Yakubu Gowon, Senate President Dr. Bukola Saraki, past and serving governors, party chieftains, captains of industry, and traditional rulers were also present. Mr. Godwin Obaseki is poised to take the mantle of leadership as the elected governor of Edo State.
That I was tried.
But first, the Chief Judge of Edo State, Justice Kronwo Idahosa, administers the oath of office to the Deputy Governor-elect, Philip Shaibu.
And bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And then followed by the Governor-elect, Godwin Obaseki.
That as the Governor of Edo State, I will discharge my duties. I will discharge my duties to the best of my ability.
Ladies and gentlemen, at exactly 12, Godwin Nogegase Obaseki, the governor of Edo State.
Thereafter, Mr. Obaseki performs his first assignment as governor.
Also be part of this occasion.
He becomes the 5th civilian governor of Edo State. The governor resolves to build on the legacy of the past administration by expanding the already existing infrastructure.
We will need to build and sustain a robust human, intellectual, philosophical, and even metaphysical infrastructure.
He says his administration will equally focus on massive investment in sectors that will enhance job creation and a conducive environment for investors.
Specifically, we will focus on agriculture and agribusiness value chain, entrepreneurship, investment in industries, and technical and vocational skills. We will continue to strive to improve the quality of education of our children and improve our school curriculum. There will be renewed focus on technical and vocational education. We want to make Edo a center for excellence in healthcare, and therefore we will partner with the private sector and international agencies to reposition our healthcare institutions. I have pledged to create 200,000 jobs in the next 4 years.
With the ceremony over, the work for the new administration is now cut out for it. Many will look forward to seeing how his promises will be translated into action.
To follow through all the promises.
Well, joining me now on the news at 10 is the governor of Edo State, Godwin Obaseki. Congratulations again to you, Governor Obaseki. Thank you so much for for joining us on the News at 10.
Thank you very much.
So I know it's been a very long day for you, but let's take a listen. Let's take a look at your speech, today when you spoke to your constituents. You said your government plans to create about 200,000 jobs in 4 years. Will that address the unemployment challenge in Edo State?
Yes.
Could you be a little more? Yes. Could you?
As part of our design, one of the things we campaigned on is the issue of unemployment and job creation. Our estimate is that you have about 500,000 to 750,000 young men and women between the ages of 15 and 30 who have no jobs in Edo State. I'm sure this is the same problem across the country. And it's a time bomb waiting to tick if we do not address it. And so for us in Edo State, the recession offers an opportunity to build an economic base where we can be a food basket for the country, where we can attract investors and investments into agriculture, thereby creating the job opportunities for our young men and women.
So to achieve that, a lot of state governments have actually keyed into a very critical sector, and that's the private sector. How do you intend to work very closely with the private sector to achieve creating 200,000 jobs and, of course, improving the revenue base of Edo State?
The last 30 years of my life has been spent in the private sector, working with people to raise money for projects, working with government to raise money. And I think we in Edo State have the credibility. My predecessor has built the track record by investing in infrastructure and ensuring that we clean up our governance process. I know what the private sector require to come in and partner with governments. And we're going to hit the ground running by ensuring that we make the state credible, we create a governance arrangement and a governance framework that's attractive and acceptable to would-be investors.
So for those investors who want to come in, one thing I know they'll be looking at is incentives for them to come and set up business. In what areas in particular will your government be focusing on in terms of incentivizing the private sector?
If you take the area of agriculture, for instance, we are immediately ensuring that we complete our GIS mapping of the state so that we can give proper titles, land titles, to will-be investors. We are going to be investing massively in security because this is what people want to see before they bring their money in. They want to ensure that they have a sense of safety of both of their persons and their investments. And we're going to strengthen our law and order environment, the court systems, so that investors and will-be business people can enforce contracts.
So, as you hit the ground running, Governor Obaseki, what will be your priority? You've mentioned education, you've mentioned agriculture, you've mentioned the value chains of agriculture. These are key points to growing the economy. And so, as you step out, Monday is your official day when you'll be sitting at your desk. What will be your priority? What would you say to your team that this is what we want to focus on in the very short to medium term?
I think the key priority for me will be to engage very quickly those who will be responsible for helping me achieve these outcomes. And the key institution is the civil service. I'm going to have to work with the my civil servants, address their needs, ensure they have the right tools, the right working environment, because without a strong bureaucracy, you're not going to be able to pursue your policies. So the civil service is the first institution I will engage.
How about the other very key sectors, talking about the judiciary, for instance, because believe it or not, that is also a very strong talking point for a lot of businesses who want to bring in their monies to Edo State as well.
Yes, but you said hit the ground running. you can't address all the issues at the same time. So for me, I'll deal first with the ones that are directly under my control, and upon success there, we will then move into the other areas of the other tiers of government.
So how soon will residents see the economic blueprint for the state, especially with regards boosting internally generated revenue?
Sorry?
How soon will residents of the state see the economic blueprint which your cabinet will be putting together, you and your cabinet will be putting together with regards boosting internally generated revenue? It was
on my website, my campaign site, and we're taking it from that level and ensuring that we now bring it into government. So it's going to be available on our website, on all our electronic and print media.
So, Governor Obaseki, what we've gathered from that is that you'll be operating a very transparent mode of government. In other words, if the residents want to keep up to speed with what your government is doing, they should always check the website, and you would always brief with regards to what you're doing.
Yes, we were going to engage our populace a lot through electronic media, but we're also going to have a very active traditional media, that I mean engaging through the electronic media and through the print media. One of the pillars of our plan will be very effective communication with the people we are governing.
Governor Obaseki, thank you so much for joining us on the news at 10 today. It's been a very long day for you, but congratulations to you.
Thank you very, very much.
Governor of Edo State, Godwin Obaseki. Now, while the swearing-in ceremony was ongoing at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium, some members of the People's Democratic Party were also inaugurating what they described as a mandate recovery group. Leader of the group, Dan Ogbegie, explains that the move is to press home their determination to recover their alleged stolen mandate through every legitimate means.
You are my God, oh, you are. To recover the mandate legally at the tribunal. But this body that has just been created has been created to serve as a platform for the people to meet with the candidate and the party so that they can synergize, because the stakeholders in this mandate are the PDP, and the Edo people. Many times the people do not really know what is happening. So this office, this center will serve as an information center for them to get the available information that they require. Edo people are interested in retrieving the mandate, and they are determined to recover the mandate that was stolen from them. And we ourselves are determined to lead them in this process, and we will connect them with our legal team and also even those on ground. But even when the PDP is not even ready to recover the mandate, even when the PDP is trying to stop, we will put pressure on them, because the mandate is not just about the PDP. The mandate has even come beyond pastors against them. It is for the long-suffering people of Edo State.
In part 2, after the break, Bring Back Our Girls campaigners seek better welfare for soldiers in the front line of the fight against insurgency. Please join us again.